Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Moments to Be program. We are on our session 5 today, and we have Sailaja Gaddam here, and she is a neurologist, and she moved to US after her completing her medicine, and then she is interested to incorporate spirituality with modern medicine. Let's welcome Sailaja Garu. Sailaja Garu, please welcome.
Thank you, Swayam, and thank you everybody for joining. And thank you, Joice team, and all the people who are present here today. So, this is something I just want to say disclaimer. I'm not very well aware of the pregnancy and everything, but with the medical knowledge of taking care of patients who are pregnant, is I can deal with that, and also mostly involved with the spirituality. So, trying to put those two things together and how it will be helpful for us. So, just to start off, our in taking care of a pregnant woman or a pregnancy starts with preconception, even before we conceive. So that is called actually preconception care. In medical field also we do that.
Sorry, Sailaja Garu. Can you please increase the volume? It's a little low.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's good now.
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So we start the care of the taking care of pregnancy or thinking about it preconception as the couples think about it. So it also starts prior to even conception. So this starts somewhere between 3 to 6 months prior to that. We have to plan about it. In medical field, we do that especially for people who are having any medical conditions, and some medical conditions, they may be on medications which are not good for pregnancy. So that's why we always tell our young couples who are in a childbearing age group, and we tell them, please let us know when you're planning to get pregnant so we can stop those meds and go from there. So that is a good way of thinking in the medical modern medicine. But going back to our old knowledge of from our spirituality, this is also existing for us, and we call this as bija sanskara. And this is very well being practiced in our ancient Ayurvedic practice. We do this even for preconception period. This is also very well recorded in our Vedic knowledge and Upanishads, and not in Upanishads, mainly in Samhitas. Shushruta Samhita is the first one which has described that. That's the one, he's the father of surgeon for entire universe. But unfortunately, not many people know about it, the roots of it. In the same way, for the preconception care also, we have something called Bija Sanskara. And that starts with 3 to 6 months prior to conception. And it's the focus is on the nourishment, mainly detoxing at that time, mindfulness and things like that. But in modern medicine, what we do is we'll try to look at their medications. We also try to teach, but tell them what to take, which medications to be stopped, and things like that. So this has been there anciently, and now the modern medicine is helping us with the evidence base. So this is much good. So we have to inform all the young couples to think about planning for it, even taking care of themselves, even before they plan to conceive. So that is why preconception care is important. And in our shastras, in our Ayurvedic practices, it's called Bija Sanskara. Okay. And then comes for us for prenatal care. Prenatal care is the care when we do once you understand that you got pregnant. So that prenatal care translates into Garbha Samskara for us. And this has also been an ancient practice. Not many people we can understand because of the socioeconomic status and the different way. Not everybody were aware of it that we're doing. But if we look at it, if we respect and recall our great grandparents or grandparents or our mothers, they always used to tell us the same things what the modern medicine is teaching us or asking us to do now with all these things. But going back to our roots, our grandparents and even our parents, if we're old enough, are I hope that the younger couples will have the parents who can still teach them the roots of the Garbha Samskara and the philosophies of it. So, as I said, it is our ancient Ayurvedic practice was present for millennia, and this translates to the values of imprinting and fetal education in the womb. What is imprinting means and fetal education? When we are saying something, the baby will pick it up in the womb itself. Okay, and for that reason, we do take care of Garbha Samskara and prenatal care. Um, and even if you guys remember and recall in the Mahabharat epic for us, where there is a story about Abhimanyu, who was in the mother womb of his mom, Subhadra, and who heard the story of how to do the warrior in the one of the techniques of fighting from his father Arjuna. So that was also, we are well aware of that in our Puranas also with the Mahabharata epic. As I said, do's and don'ts of consumptions were described, but the newer modern era is picking up lately, and that is good. And it's picking up by using the term it uses is epigenetics. Epigenetics is, what does that mean? You know, how mother's emotional state, diet, experiences can shape her child's development. You know, and it can make changes in the babies or the womb in the fetus, changing the dynamics of the fetus without changing the real DNA. Okay, it is the genetics, the underlying genetics for the DNA sequence is not changed, but the behavior, whatever the mother is going through, whatever the environment is, it can affect the gene function without altering the underlying DNA sequence. So that is why the epigenetics is coming up more. You can hear that more like a buzzword, but it's been there for us in our shastras. It's been there since millennia. Okay, but in modern medicine, it came to know about in 1940s. But still, it did not pick up the rap as much as it's been picked up in last 10 to 20 years or 20 to 30 years or so. Okay, and now they're doing so much of research is out there in regards to this. So during pregnancy, the fetal environment provides powerful experiences, that can chemically modify genes, creating a biological memories that influence the health for the lifetime. So whatever we are doing at this time can affect the baby for the lifetime. Okay, so that we have to understand. Okay, and how everything we go with the standard. Even though my grandma told me the same thing, I never trusted her. I said, "Oh, you don't know, grandma, Amma, you don't know anything, or Nanama, you don't know anything." But when the evidence comes from America or any of the European research, then we believe it and we trust it. Then we say, "Aha." So, but I think we should go back to our roots and respect our roots and listen to them and go from them. That's what I feel, because I've lost a lot of wisdom from my grandparents and my mom, only realizing it now being in medical field. Only with scientific evidence people will say, but then I go look back, and my mom used to say, I have always told you this before, there's nothing new for me. So that's one thing I want to tell whoever is the new moms are planning to conceive. Please do respect and listen to the wisdom of grandparents and our shastras. Don't just neglect just because we don't have the evidence. We just don't ignore it. We don't do everything by evidence. We do by experience. Is the evidence comes for us? No. So you have to experience it. So that's my one thing, being in the both the fields. Okay, so recently there was a big study in Stanford University. Actually, what they did, there were the premature babies who were very young, born at 24 23 or 25 weeks of pregnancy. So then what they did, they made the babies listen to their mother's voices continuously, like, throughout they made for an hour and recorded their mother's voices. And these were babies were born already. But they have noticed, and they did the MRI of these babies, and they have noticed that in the MRI of the brain, they saw a major maturity in the language area. Okay, but they did not see the same thing for the babies who they were not exposed to their mother's voice. So the voice vak shuddhi, that's such an important thing for us, and we can tell more about it in our shastras. But this is the evidence which was done in Stanford University. And since then, there was another research done even in I didn't get the real papers, but this was mentioned that they actually did during the fetus when the baby was in the womb, and they did the research, and it pretty much agrees with, it's in parallel, or it agrees with what Abhimanyu learned from his mother, the fighting techniques, that was also proven by the research from France and Italy, but unfortunately, I cannot quote which one it is, so don't take my word for it. Um, and there's a lot of research has been going. Interestingly, even though this was not my field, because of this presentation, I did review a lot of material, and I was impressed to see the only country which has done significant interest with spirituality and pregnancy related was Iran. You know, but in Americas and also in European countries, a lot of research has been done, especially with the stress of the mother. How can it affect? So there are a lot of material, and they have found that any stress and the what environment and can affect the baby. And we know in medical field, we know we majority of the people who are in our community or in our I cannot stereotype, but comparatively, Indian raising women are not alcoholic, they don't do drugs, but the dynamics has changed, so drugs may be playing a role now. But all those things, how there is a very common entity called fetal alcohol syndrome. If somebody who drinks alcohol, the baby will have a syndrome and effect. And if mother is taking drugs, it can affect. We know that, but this is just to be aware. And research is mostly done on those things. That's very well documented in our medical science too. And psychology plays a significant role too. Okay. Emotional stress. There's a growing evidence that even a milder forms of maternal stress or anxiety during pregnancy affects the fetus, causing possible long-term consequences for the child and for the infant and the child development also. They're finding a lot of correlation with that. So taking care of overall health and well-being is the key, you know. So, going back to our Shastras with Ayurveda, during the impact of pregnancy, they say, like, quarrelsome. I want to use that word, whether I'm doing it right, justifiable job or not, I don't know. Quarrelsome is Kalikalaha Sheila. Kalikalaha Sheila is the one who is quarrelsome woman, and Shokyanti, who is grief, and Amarshini is anger. So whoever have all these kind of traits, like that kind of emotions, mothers carrying those emotions will adversely affect the baby by causing, pregnancy induced hypertension. Blood pressure will increase, and the growth of the baby can be reduced, and outcomes for the babies, pregnancy complications can appear. So by increasing the cortisol and the prostaglandin secretions will be affected. All this will have effect on the baby and also to the mother, and the delivery time also will be getting affected. The labor and the delivery can also affect, and postpartum care also can be affected adversely. So that is why it's important for how to avoid this and having the education for that. And because I think this is the sixth or fifth session, you might have already heard there are certain postures you have to avoid. Our parents will also tell us, don't lay flat on the bed when you're pregnant, because it compresses the vena cava and decreases the blood supply to the baby and then cause trouble. And then the best position is to the left lateral position when they are in the full term or even that. And interestingly, doing some research though, how do you manage with the symptoms like hyperemesis gravidarum is what, when you feel nausea, vomiting, when it becomes excessive, kids, pregnancy, mom cannot drink and eat. I was very surprised. We take ginger and all those things, but even Asperger's, it seems, I learned it in Ayurveda, interestingly, can help soothe with the nausea, it seems. So that was good, because most of the time we give strong medications. If it is needed, you have to seek medical attention, period. No doubt about it. That comes first. This is hand in hand. Okay. And then it was very interesting to know one of the articles I have read. I just want to share because I was informed about this. So there was one case of when was this published? It was published in 2023. So there was one case where there was a bleeding when during pregnancy, bleeding is not a good sign. You have to seek medical attention right away. So there are a lot of things which you have which are invasive. So if it's needed, you have to do it. But there was a technique which by applying an ointment, they got better, it seems. And they published this case also. So that was cool for me to understand. So always listen to parents, grandparents, and our shastras, seek the medical attention. So combining, keep, put the modern medicine. Combining all together, it will be a smooth sailing, and with so much of realization of our significance of our shastras too will come into play. Okay, so then going back. So, core philosophy of any prenatal care or our Garbha Samskara or a modern medicine is the three, four things mainly. What you take care of yourself first, okay, because you're caring for the baby too, and you make sure the surrounding is in a good place. So, mainly what you put in your body. So, have a sattvic food, pure nutritious food, whatever is needed. There's so much of information out there, so take care of those. And engaging the thought, first what you do to your body, then what are you thinking all the time, and how are your relationships. Try to mend those relationships even before, especially the seeing what I see. There is so much of, because of the Kali Yuga, I guess, there's so much of not respecting the in-laws part of it. I have seen that so much. Listening, not thank God, none of in my family or none of my extended families are that. I have to say that. That's because I have heard and seen so much. My heart breaks for that. So you have to be very inclusive of all the people, but you have to, if it is very destructive, move back, go away, and stay in a place where you can be pampered. And that's why they say go to your mom's place at that time, because mother is the only one who can take care of you. So that understanding has to be there. Okay. And positive thinking is one. And indulge in positive pursuits, like what? Soothing music, chanting mantras, and inspiring literature and artistic activities, anything which works. But the reason why they say chanting the mantras, our mantras have Vak Shuddhi. Not only that, those are powerful. Amma Saraswati is there. The vibrations of Omkara or any of these, even if I'm going to talk about Lalita Sahasranama, all those namas and malas and mantras, whenever we chant them high, they send the energies and the vibrations. That vibration is the one which is going to keep your baby healthy, and the effects. So that is why chanting the mantras are important. Meditation is good for the overall feeling and good, but chanting and going back to our roots of chanting the mantras is very, not only mantras, just the slokas. That's what I mean. Mantras, again, we will go into that cycle of, oh, diksha, what to do, restrictions, nothing. Do whatever works for you, but go back and spend some time and do those, even the Ramanama, whatever is the root you've been raised with, whatever your belief system is, or whatever your Ishtadevata is, you can just go with it. So, but the importance of chanting is very, very real. And they have done studies with listening to music. Mainly, people say don't go and listen to this music, which is not going to be helpful. If you want to listen to music, listen to any classical music, either it be American, Indian, or anything soothing classical music that will affect. And you doing the recitation is the most helpful, however it be. Okay. Um, then now my favorite aspect of it, how is the evidence, what is the things what we have seen. It's mind opening for me when I learned about Lalita Sahasranama 6 years ago. And when I first listened to Samaveda Sharma Garu 6 years ago during COVID time, I heard him. And at that time he mentioned about in Lalita Sahasranama relating to pregnancy. I never knew anything like that. He actually said month by month, Namavali is there in Lalita Sahasranama coinciding with the pregnancy. Okay, and that caught my mind 6 years ago. And I'm just going to we have time, yeah. I'm going to explain about those things, mainly focusing on those things. So, the importance of our spiritual roots, how much of knowledge and has been there, but unfortunately it got diluted or it got eradicated and nobody follows it. So, but if we more and more we talk and we listen to our elders and being rooted into this one, uh, this everybody will be beneficial, and especially the younger generation will be much more beneficial. If only I could have known what I know today, even though my kids are grown, I still feel like I would have made a difference. But if I make a difference to one other soul, that's what my goal is. Anyway, going back to Lalita Sahasranama. So, Lalita Sahasranama, from any nama in Lalita Sahasranama, any nama you pick up and recite, contemplate on Amma throughout the pregnancy, you're fine. You don't have to learn nothing, no restrictions at all in our shastras, in our dharma. Nothing, no restrictions. Whatever makes you happy, you do it. So one nama you can pick up. The only reason why I'm telling these namas is so that there is a evidence. That's it. By no means I'm suggesting that you have to do this strictly and follow this. No, this is just evidence, and it is such a beautiful evidence. So, Lalita Sahasranama from Namavali 475 to 534. Okay, those are the names. Out of the names, these are, it is called Yogini Vidya. From, let me just, for a second. Um, from Vishuddhi Chakra Nilaya. So, Vishuddhi Chakra Nilaya, Arakta Varna Trilochana, Katvanga Dipraharana, Vadanaika Samanvita. So that's the first, that's the stanza from 98 stanza. So, two, the other one was, the last one was 109 stanza. So from 98 to 109. Yeah. So 11, I think 11 or 12 stanzas are very, very clearly. Amma herself has told this to Vashinyadi Vagdevatas. It is Amma's words. This is Adi Parashakti, Amma's words. It's her wisdom. It's her confidence, or it's her, what is that, guarantee for us. What is Lalita Sahasranama? It's nothing that it's Amma is saying, I'm there for you. Okay, so this is clearly written in from stanza 98, if you want to look to stanza Sahasradhara Padmasta 109. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly run by things and then and other thing, then we can end the session. So, Vishuddhi Chakra Nilaya, Arakta Varna Trilochana, Katvangadi Praharana, Vadanaika Samanvita. We know Vishuddhi Chakra Nilaya. We know Vishuddhi Chakra is here is the sound. So look at the way it started. It started with Ma Saraswati, with the sound. What is the significance of the sound for entire? Without sound, nothing exists, and especially for mind and the thoughts will affect the baby, but the sound, the vibrations of our vibrations and the energy will directly go to the baby. Okay, so Vishuddhi Chakra Nilaya is the sound, and what is the from this name to Dakinishwari? Amma resides here in the form of Sukshma as a sound. We know that, and here throughout these namavalis, they're describing about the chakras, but it starts with Vishuddhi from here, going to Muladhara, and then comes back to Agna Chakra and Sahasradhara. So here there is a description of what Devata is there, and how many, it is represented by how many petals. It is just the way for us to understand to do the dhyana, represented by what petals, and what are the dhatus, or what parts of the embryonic system is actually growing, organs are growing, and what Amma is taking care, and which month that has been described, and what kind of food you have to consume and also give it to Amma, depending upon your medical history. If you're diabetic, you don't take gudanna, don't take jaggery. You have to be careful. So that common sense we have to use. Other than that, this is for somebody who doesn't have those kind of things. So in each chakra, what is the significance of what Yogini Amma is being depicted through Amma, and what you have to do and what month is corresponds to, and what kind of naivedya you can offer to Amma, and you can also eat. So Araktavarna, here Amma is Araktavarna. Always Amma is always described as Raktavarna. We have been going with that. It means Amma is in deep red color here. Okay, Rakta also means blood. If we know Raktam, we talk about it. It's blood. And when baby is conceived, there is Pradhama Avastha. Okay, that is the first when the sperm and the egg come together. Okay, that is called the Pradhama Avastha. It is colored almost like, according to our Shastras, they are corresponding this to the color of Rakta Varna. So it's the red colored Bindu is formed. It's mainly saying that it's a sperm and the ova both came together, and then that's where the conception has occurred. Um, and Trilochana. Here, Amma, they also describe about the Amma's features here. She is in Trilochana, she has three eyes. And Katvangadi Praharana, she is holding Ayudas in this. Katvangadi Praharana is Katvangadha is what it means is it's like a club, long club with a skull on the top of it. Amma carries that by no means it's a scary thing. It is that a resolution, dissolution of the ignorance, ego, that's what it means. And it also khatgam, the sword. Amma also carries a khatgam and a trident. It is all to protect us and protect the bad, to dissolve the bad and protect the goodness in us. That the significance of all these ayudas, that's what it means. Okay. Mm. Vadanaika Samanvita is Vadanaika Samanvita is one who shines with a single face. Here, Amma is depicted as a single face in Vishuddhi Chakra Nilaya. Okay. Here, it is related to the Rakta. And Payasanna Priya here, Vishuddhi Chakra Nilaya Rakta Varna. Trilochana, Katvangadi Praharana, Vadanaika Samanvita. Then here they are saying in the next mama, Payasanna Priya, Twaksta, Pashuloka Bayankari. So Payasanna Priya, it's very self-explanatory. Amma loves the Kiranna, which is made out of milk and rice. Twaksta is again skin. So it's one of the Sapta Dhatus. So skin, Amma takes care of the skin and the formation of the skin and here in this Namavali. That's what Amma is saying. So here in each chakra, Atma Chaitanya of Amma works in each chakra, different time of Sapta Dhatus will be formed and built, and Amma is the one who nourishes them and who is the creator. So we have to remember who is the one, so we can surrender to her, and she is the Jagat Janani, so she is the one. If a pregnant mother can at least rely on it, or before even thinking having the sadhana, so it will be a smooth sailing for them once they put all their surrender to him. There is no burden for them. For anything, they have to say Sarvam Ammarpanam or Krishnarpanam, Ramarpanam, whatever you feel. Pashuloka Bhayankari. So Pashuloka, Pashu is what? Ajnanam. Okay. Bhayankari means she takes the fears off. It's not that she's the one causing Bhayam for us. No, she's the one who destroys the Adhyanam in all of us. So the fear, she takes away the fear from us. Then she makes us courageous, because we go through so much of fear during pregnancy with the unknown. Always, with knowledge or without knowledge, we always fear what might be happening. Is my baby going to be good? My baby going to be healthy? What will happen? And if there are any complications, more worry. So, but surrender to Amma, she will take away all the fear, and she will also take away the ajnana. Whatever fearful thoughts we are getting, Amma will take those off also from us. Okay. Amrutadi Mahashakti Samruta Dakineshwari. Amrutadi Mahashakti. She's surrounded by 16 devatas here. Okay. And they have Amrutadi Mahashakti. Samrutadi, Dakinishwari. So here the one who is residing, Devata who is residing in this area is Dakinima. So she's one of the Yogini Devatas. So you can directly pray to Yogini Devata or Amma. Either way is fine. Then comes the Vishuddhi Chakra, then Anahata Chakra. Anahatabja Nilaya, Shyamabha Vadanadvaya, Danstrojvala, Kshamaladi Rudira Samstitha. So Anahatabja Nilaya, the mother who is reciting in the heart chakra. Heart chakra, what happens? What is there? Heart is what? It pumps. And what is its contents of? Blood. So Amma here is working with our hearts, baby's hearts, and it's helping, Amma is helping with the relating with the taking care of all the problems related with the blood. Okay. Hridaya and who recite in Anahatabja. So and also the color. In the first one, it was Raktavarna, Araktavarna, red color. Here, Shyamaba, the color depicted is Shyamala, like, dark color. Shyamaba Varna, that's what she means here. And whenever we talk about Shyamaba Varna or Shyamala, it says you have to see Amma is the 14-year-old girl at that time. Okay. Mm. Vadana is having two heads. The first one, Amma has shown as one head, but here it says two. A newly born baby in the second month after conception, and this Nama have a connection. This is elaborated further. So basically, he's saying, think about the two heads with the second month of the baby conception. After the conception is the what? Anahatabja Nilaya. We cannot completely correlate this and say go with the scientific. I did that mistake. I went and researched and say how is it correlating with the embryologic way. Sometimes no, then I trusted going back and just listening to it. I have the knowledge of this, but still I trusted Amma to the core. Then Danstrojvala, here, Danstrojvala, Akshamala, Didhara, Rudira Samstitha. Okay, so Dhansrojwala, the canines, the teeth-like things, but the teeth will come much later in there. This is the Amma's description, how she is coming up. This is her way of showing. And they are also telling the Ayudas here, what all she's carrying in her form. Okay. So here, basically, Amma is going to take care of the heart um, and also the blood. Okay. Then next one is Kalaratriadi Shakyau Dhan. Kalaratriadi Shakyau Ghanavruta Snigdhau Dhanapriya Mahavirendra Varada Rakinyamba Swarupini. Kalaratriadi Shakyau Dhanavruta is Amma who has Devis here surrounding. Devis are there, that is Yogini Devis. There are 12 Devis here put together. Okay. Snigdhaudhana. Okay. Mahavirendra Varada. What does Mahavirendra Varada means? Mahavirendra means boons. Mahavira Indra. Indra means Indriyas. The one who is in control of Indriyas. Okay. Amma will give boons to them. And what does that mean? When I get, Amma is giving a subtle way of telling us to, internet connection is unstable. Amma is giving a subtle message for us saying that control our indriyas, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, control them so it can adversely affect anybody, but more so in the baby for the pregnant woman. So make sure you're calm whenever you're agitated, calm yourself, whatever works, those kind of things. So you have to control your indriyas, then Amma will be very happy. So Rakina, what is that? Rakinyamba Swarup. Okay. So Amma resides in this area in the name of Rakini Devi or Yogini in Anahata Chakra. Okay, we are still in Anahata Chakra. Okay, and yeah. Then after that, Manipurabjanilaya, Vadanatraya Samyuta, Vajradikayudopeta, Damaryadibhiravruta. Here, Manipurabjanilaya, one who resides in the Manipura. Here, she has three Vadanas. Okay, Amma is here linked to third month following the conception. Okay, this Nama links to her to have for the third month after the conception. So here Amma is holding Ayudas, like Vajradika Ayudha, other Ayudas to Abhaya Mudra she carries a Shanka, Dhanda, and also Vajrayuda. Okay. And Dhamaryadibhiravruta means she has 10 devatas surrounding her in this area. So everywhere, and whenever they say 10 or 12 devatas, you have to imagine that there are petals. The significance of it, I'm not sure, but at least what I have understood is when you do the dhyana, you can at each chakra, you can think about those petals in Amma sitting in that Padma with those many petals depicted like that. Okay. Raktavarna again, she's in red color here. We know Mamsanishta. So very beautiful. Mamsanishta. Amma protects, takes care of all the things, organs which are made out of flesh. Okay. So here Amma is the protector of Mamsa, the muscle dhatu. Okay, in our body. Okay. And here they say Guranna Pritamanasa. Raktavarna Mamsanishta. Guranna Pritamanasa. So Amma likes Godanna. They have clearly, it's so interesting in our Shastras, they have clearly describes how to make Godanna. We just put whatever it is. But here, I just read little more out of this. This was described very well. If anybody can read Telugu and go back and read Samaveda Sharma's Lalita Sahasranama Sri book, he said Lalita Vidya, he clearly describes everything. But if you want to do more research, it's given in Upanishads, in our Shastras, how to make this. So they said we must use Naivedya rice, good, and there should be dahi, and that very clearly gomatas, because now we have to be careful what ghee are we getting for ourselves also, what kind of ghee are we consuming. And you have to put coconut, and only thing which I learned is banana. I've never heard of banana, at least for me, I did not try that. So that is something new for me. So this food is taken by the mother. You can offer this as a naivedyam to Amma and then you consume it because that is blessed food and it will help your baby too. So this is the third month. So we took over the first month, second month, and the third month. Okay. Manipur Abjanilaya. And who are Lakinyamba Swarupini, who is here, Amma, in which, what Namavali she is in, Lakinyamba, her name is. But Samastha Bhakta Sukada, that is so beautiful. She gives Sukha to all Bhaktas. This is irrelevant of I may be doing alcohol during my pregnancy. Amma will still not be punishing me. She will take care of me. If I am doing Chendi and Saptasati Parayana, she will still take care of me. It doesn't mean so. Amma, if you go surrender to her, she will take care of us no matter what. So that way, Samastha Bhakta Sukada, Samastha Bhakta, not just one kind of Bhakta. You see me, I see you. It's not like that. Amma takes care of everybody. Okay. Lakinnam Swarupini. Okay, Lakinnam. Then Swadhishthanambujagata Chaturvakta Manohara Shuladhyayuta Sampanna Pitavarana Atigarvita. So Swadhishthanambujagata, Swadhisthana. Amma is present in Padma, located in Swadhisthana Chakra. Chaturvakta Manohara. Okay, Chatur Rakta Manohara means Chatur, means fourth. Fourth. This nama is useful to tell that Amma is going to take care of us, of the baby in the fourth month after conception. So beautiful, Ken. I was just lost when I read about this. Starting from Vishuddhi Chakra, Anahata Chakra, Manipura Chakra, and this, and the 7 months of the chakra. After the seventh month, baby is viable. So beautifully explained in Lalita Sahasranama. Amma is spoon feeding us and we are not taking it. That was like, wow. Sorry, I just got a little overwhelmed with this when I heard about this. So beautiful. In Swadhisthana, Amma is taking care of the baby at the fourth month after the conception. Okay. Shula Dhyayuta Sampanna. She holds the Ayudas again. They're explaining about that. Each Ayuda is significant what it does, but if we can trust, not going into deep of it because of the time constraints, but each one is telling us to cut off what is negative in us and look for the positive. That's what Amma is telling. All these Aidas are nothing other than teaching us how we can get away, how we can learn from Amma and other people so that we can be blissful. We can be a better soul so that I'm a better mom for my babies, for your babies. Pita Varna, Amma loves yellow color. So you can do all through the pregnancy, you can wear all these colors and look beautiful, and that will also energize us, taking care of your internal self and external appearance is also important. So Pita Varna, Amma loves yellow. She is described in the yellow color. Okay. Mm. Pita Varna. Ati Garvita. Ati Garvita, actually, if you look at it, we may feel like, oh, Amma is so, like, she's very proud and all. It doesn't mean that she's complete, she's full, she's confident. There's nothing beyond Amma. She's so full of knowledge, wisdom, everything. So though she feels like when you are everything, when your Amma is so full of love and devotion, you feel like, complete. Then you feel that love and compassion overpouring. So then you will say, oh, she's pouring out all her love. So that is Atigarvita in for me. It's not in another meaning, in other sense. Okay. Atigarvita Swadhisthana. मेधोनिष्ठा मधुप्रीता बंदिन्यादि समन्विता दध्यन्नासक्त हृदया काकिनी रूपधारिणी. So some of the ones we can just go with. Dhyannasakta hridaya is curd rice. Amma likes that curd rice, what we give in our temples. It's daddhanam, daddhojanam, you know. And medhonishta, this is important. Okay, medho nishta is she takes care and she protects. Medha, medhas means fat dhatu, fat dhatu. The maximum fat dhatu is present in the entire body. The nervous system is completely fat tissue. Okay, so Amma takes care of all, starting from the nervous system to the minutest part of the body. Amma is in control of that. Okay, so here Amma takes care of all the things which are related to the fat, including the nervous system, and also later on also it is described specifically for nervous system too. Madhu Prita, Madhu means honey. Okay, you have to be careful with honey. Honey is good. The resources which you get is not good. But I have to tell you one thing. In our shastras, we believe honey to feed the baby as soon as they're born. But some medical scientific evidence doesn't say that. So you have to be careful. Don't feed it for the babies when they're right away, because it causes infections to the babies and the mothers. So that one thing I want to see. I've learned about from the scientific evidence, but you can consume it. Mothers can consume it. Yeah, Bandinyadi Samanvita, Amma is surrounded here by 6 devatas. Okay, Dadhyana Sakta Hridaya Vishwan. And who is the Amma here? In which Yogini Rupa Amma is present as Kakini Rupa Dharini. So, what is the significance of this, that Amma's names, why is she represented as a yogini in each chakra? The significance is, yes, we can go directly to our Amma, she will connect to it. But if we want to do the sadhana, not during the pregnancy, don't, at least I have to say that being in the field, don't do anything new experiments at the time of during the pregnancy. If don't, especially kundalini and all those, whatever you do in the pre-pregnancy, just do those, but all rest of the physical activity and all through the guidance of the physicians only, especially exercises nowadays, anything can be done. If you're starting anything at the time of pregnancy, that's a no. If you are planning to do anything, you have to do it pre-pregnancy. That is the thing. Okay, that I want to be very clear of. Kartinian Vaswarupini. Then Mooladharambujaruda Panchavaktra Sthiti Samstita Ankushadi Praharana Varadadini Sevita. So Mooladhara Chakra. This is the name which is assigned to the 5th month after the conception in the mother's womb. Okay. Amma resides here in the Mooladhara Chakra. So we have to understand Amma is dominant. We know, if we are not going into that in-depth study of Kundalini awakening and Kundalini, but the whole reasoning, it is, we have to let go of all the negative vasanas, and when we become pure, it could be during pregnancy also, try to get away all those anger negatives, so that your baby can experience the goodness, what you have in you, so that you can reach Amma, they say, like Shivaya in the Sahasrara. So this is the significance of Mooladhara, which is dormant, which is done with our goodness and with sadhana and thinking about Amma all the time. We can rise above those negative vibrations and come up to the positive vibrations. Okay. Um, Mooladharam Bujaruda Panchavaktra. Panchavaktra is 5 faces here. Sthiti Samstita. She protects Asti Samstita. Astulu, those are bones. So Amma takes care of bones whenever in the 5th month or throughout, and even if you go deeper into um, um, Lalita Sahasranama, how it helps everybody, irrelevant of pregnancy. If anybody have any bone issues or anything, they can do Namavali and they can feel, Amma can heal them also. Okay. Ankushadi Praharana, Varadadini Sevita, Ankusham. Amma carries this kind of Ankusha. We talked about Ankusha is, elephant hook which controls. So one of the Amma's Ayudas. Okay. Varadadini Sevita. So she has 4 devatas surrounding here. So 4 petals. Amma is depicted as sitting in a 4 petal when you're doing the meditation. Okay. Mudrodhana Sakta Chitta Sakinyamba Swarupini. Okay. Mugdhodhana Sakta Chitta. Amma likes anything with a moong dal. So that is, moong dal is very good. You make a parmanna out of moong dal and you eat and offer it to Amma and then eat yourself too. Then here, Amma is in the form of Sakini Yogini. Okay. Then Agnya Chakrabja Nilaya Shukla Varna Shadanana. So Agnya Chakrabja Nilaya, Amma is in the Agnya Chakra, and in the form of Shukla Varna Shadanana. Shukla Varna, what is Shukla Varna? Interesting. So in this, I have to just look at this one more time. Agnya Chakra Abjanilaya, Devi residing in Agnya Chakra. This sthana is referred to as Tripura Sthana. Okay. Kala Vyavastha, the movement of the time movement, it is applicable to for all locations that are below the Agnya Chakra. Okay. Above this chakra is the sthana that is beyond Kala. So anything below Agnya Chakra is related to the Kala, because of the Sahasrara, it is not related to the Kala, because that's where the union between the Shiva Shakti Swarupini will occur there. Okay. Entire Sharira is driven by Indriyas here, and these Indriyas are controlled by Antakarana, and Shakti of Antakarana is expressed and controlled by Agna Chakra. So, this is the way, that is why it's so important for us to focus when we are doing meditation. They keep telling us the third eye, look at the third eye. That is where the um, uh, Shakti and Shiva will express themselves. Okay. And one more very important thing, I understand I may be crossing some lines with some philosophies here, but I just want to be very, this is my perception, dear friends, nothing related to anybody. But I'm very big on the Agna Chakra. And here, the importance of one is asked to undertake dhyana because of third eye. Okay. Why tilaka is also important, because anytime we touch, I 100 times I touch looking my, this thing is good, we energize that because of the significance. That's why tilaka is very important, the bindu, in the Agnya Chakra Upasana. If we keep that, that is the importance. So that's why I feel we should not, by I understand the philosophies of different teachings and everything, but the root is there. It doesn't mean we are by any way disagreeing other things. It is just that we are expressing our significance of Shastras of Sri Agnya Chakra of Shivaya and Amma Shakti there. That's the significance. I wanted to just mention that because it was mentioned in here. During proper meditation. Shukla Varna. Okay, Shukla is white and Amma is in the shape of in the representing white here. Okay, Shadanana, like 5 faces, 6 faces. Shad is 6 faces. I had a parallel with this one. Shadanana 6 faces, and Shanmukha Murga is also 6 faces. So Shivaya Hamsa, Lord Shanmukha. So why am I saying that? It is so significant in our Shastras. The belief of Shanmukha and Sarpa are so much important, aligned with our progeny. Okay, so that is by no means some myth. It's not mythology. It is true, and it is experiential. I can tell you on the basis of my experience connected to Parashakti Amma how significant Murga plays and Shiva Shakti and plays in our um, upbringing or the progeny and our generational well-being. You know, so this I just got this idea, thought when I'm actually telling you. When I was preparing for this, it just went, but just Shadanana, I paid attention and I felt like Murga, and I was talking about Murga. I'm going to tell about Murga also. Then it just connected. This just happened when I'm talking to you guys. So just now I connected the dots with that there. So anyway, um, just आज्ञाचक्राब्जविलया शुक्लवर्णा षडानना मज्जा संस्था हंसवती मुख्य शक्ति समन्विता हरिद्रानैकरसिका हाकिनी रूपधारिणी. To make things easier, Haridranaika is Amma loves any rice which is food with which is yellow in color. What is yellow in color? Turmeric. In our culture, that is pulihora rice. That is the one Amma loves it at this time, and she'll Hakini Rupadarini. Amma is representing in the form of Hakini in this one. Okay, Majja Samstha. So here, then I want you to understand and focus. Majja Samstha is anything refers to the nervous system. Okay, not only nervous system, not just the brain, but spinal cord, all encompassing the nervous tissue and also the bone marrow. So reciting all these don't have to do meditation, because I'm not even 1.11% anything knowledge of meditation, so I don't want to say about all those at all. But chant these namavalis during this time. Amma will take care. Just chanting and looking at Amma. Don't even have to do this ritual. Nothing. Whatever you want to eat, you eat. Whatever you eat, offer to Amma. But if most of the whatever if you feel like offering this specific, but don't have to follow that only this month only Amma will. No, no, no. Any month, any time you pray to Amma, she will take care of you. Okay, Majja Samstha. But remember how beautifully from Vishuddhi Chakra started off with Vishuddhi Chakra going into Agnya Chakra and going into Sahasrara. In Sahasrara, Amma takes care of everything, you know. So how beautifully Amma has disclaimed and Vagdevatas have told us. So we're almost getting, is that okay, Amma Swayam? I'm at 11:03.
Sure, Shailaja Garu. Please take your time. Amazing, amazing wisdom.
Okay. मज्जा संस्था मज्जा संस्था हंसवती मुख्य शक्ति समन्विता हरिद्रानयक रसिका हाकिनी रूपधारिणी. Okay, that we finished. Then now Sahasradala Padmastha. Here Sahasra is thousand dala, but infinite dalas. Sahasradala Padmastha Sarva Varno Pashobhita. Sarva Varnalu. Amma, not just Varnam. In all the chakras we described about Amma in white color, yellow color, Hemabha, like, and red and Shamabha, all those. But here all Varnas. Okay. Sarva Yudhidhara Shukla Samstita Sarvatomuki. So Sarva Ayudhara, she bears all Ayudas here. Okay. What does that mean? She cuts off all the ignorances for us. And she protects us also, not just cutting. She protects us from, if we are doing anything bad, she will give that spura for us and say, don't do that. So Sarva Ayudhara Shukla Samstita. So this is very important, Ma. I was just mind boggled when I heard this. Source of life is referred as Shukla Dhatu. Okay, that is Bija. You know, everything starts with a Bija. What? Sperm and a ovum. The Shukla Dhatu, the source of life, Shukla Varna, Shukla Samstita, she is the source of the Bija. Okay, whose entry leads to the creation of Bindu. So what the cells, we need those bijas. The, there is no conception without the May creation. You have to, Shiva Shakti have to come together. The creation, the Bindu has come. And the bija, where is the bija coming from? Amma is providing that bija. She is the Sukla Samstita. Sarvatomuki, and that is so beautiful. Like uh, when you read and when you actually think about it, spend some time rather than chanting and go deeper into it, you will connect to Amma so deeply, so beautifully, and she will bless every single soul, whether we do it this way or that way, doesn't matter. Okay, but it was so mind-boggling that the bija, and going back again, what I started off in the beginning, bija samskara. So we do that even before the conception. Start reciting 6 months before, 8 months before. Prepare our kshetra, our body, by doing all these things. Holding on to the anchor of who? Amma. Holding on to our divine Amma. She is the Jagat Janani. She is the Adi Parashakti of everybody. Okay. Now I'm telling you, with the spiritual, scriptural evidence to the scientific evidence. Okay. And this is so beautifully explained here with Sahasradala Padmasta, Bija, Shukla Samstitha means the one who protects, the one who creates. That's where everything comes. And Sarvatomuki. Sarvatomuki is, she is spread in Sarva everywhere. Mukhi. Amma is looking Mukha in every direction. What does that mean? I am in my mom's place. I am in some remote jungle. I am in a resort. Amma is with me. She's watching me. She's protecting me. She's taking care of me. I am not ever alone if I am anchored to Amma, ever alone. Okay. So that is what. And then I want to talk about our Murgala for a second, very quickly. I'll do it very fast. Okay. Um, spiritual connection to Lord Murga. Why is this? Because I'm telling you, this is very real in our temple. And even if you go to if you and even if you listen to your grandparents or your mom, they will always say if anything with progeny, do Subramanya Swami puja. Okay. And in our temple also, there were a lot of, at least I know a couple, 3 or 4 people who came out of state who heard about Parashakti Amma, and then they came and prayed. They took the guidance of one of our priests. And then the people who didn't have a progeny for 10, 15 years had kids now. Okay. They're blessed with babies now. So this is the belief, you have to have the faith. Okay. And I have experiential evidence. Can we say everything is not medically proven? But there may be a lot of, if we can have the same amount of resources as scientific field has, people would have done that. Unfortunately, it's not possible. But mainly depends upon our scriptural evidence also about the significance of Murga, how is it connected to the womb protection. Okay, scriptural evidence, faith-based evidence, and also experiential evidence from my experience. And if you talk to multiple experiences from all the people around, okay, Lord Murga's connection with the childbirth and the protection of children is deeply rooted in his own extraordinary birth narrative and divine attributes. So this is important. Divine birth. Murugan was born from 6 sparks of Lord Shiva's third eye. Can you believe that it is so beautifully given that Shadanana at Agnya Chakra? You see? So Agnya Chakra, Shadanana, and Lord Shiva was born from Lord Muruga was born from the 6 sparks of Lord Shiva's third eye, carried across the sky by Vayu, wind god, and Agni, the fire god, and deposited in the sacred Sarvanana lake. That's why he's called Sarvanana when we pray to Lord Sarvanana. Okay. The 6 Kartikais, maidens, each nursed one of the 6 babies that formed, and Goddess Parvati united them into one divine child with 6 faces and 12 arms. Okay, so this miraculous birth makes Murga the supreme protector of all birds. Okay, child deity, and we know Bala Murga. For every deity we have, but the Bala Murga is worshipped as the eternal divine child, radiant, powerful, yet tender. His child form, Bala Murgan, is specially invoked for the protection and welfare of children from conception through infancy, preconception too. Okay, and the connection between the our astrology is real. Okay, people may say no, but it is real. And Mars connection, it Murga is connected to Mars as the presiding deity of planet Mars, Kuja. Mangala, Murga governs vitality, blood, physical strength, and the reproductive system. This planetary lordship directly connects him to the health of both mother and child during pregnancy. Okay, so that is the significance of our beloved Lord Murga. Okay, and when I was doing research and I was thinking where I was looking more, because I know, because this was taught to me by my mom, my mother, and my grandmother used to tell me when I was pregnant. My mom used to say, Subramanya Swamik Mokku అని చెప్పింది. She used to tell me that. So, but I never listened to her at that time, unfortunately. So, but when I was looking into the doing research with YouTube, I found a beautiful version of Amma Swayam. You can play that song. It's in Tamil, but it is actually, I'm going to tell you about this song. This is called this is in Tamil, so pardon my pronunciation. Kandan Garbaksha Kavasam. It's a kavacham. Okay, it's a kavacham for the protection of Garbaraksha. Actually, that's what it means. It's known as Garbaraksha Kavacham uh, of Lord Murga. This is deeply revered protective Tamil hymn dedicated to Lord Murugan. It serves as a spiritual armor, that Kavacham, specifically meant to invoke Murugan's blessings for the protection of the Garbha. Okay, so what else can we end our session with this beautiful, beautiful um, prayer of Lord Murga? Amma, can you play that, ma?
I'll play Shalja Garu, and thank you so much for your wonderful wisdom sharing session, Shalja Garu. And from the beginning, I'm seeing that light behind you, it is coming like the whole wisdom is coming from Lalita Ma. That's what I'm thinking. Behind you, the light ray I can see, and you're wearing this pink, you know, scarf.
Um,
It's so much love. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. And every session, I feel like I'm getting so much wisdom. When I was pregnant, I don't know any of this. I really feel like, oh, I should have known this knowledge before. But now I have all this, I can at least pass it on to my daughter. And amazing session. And you said how mom's voice heals the baby. You said about the kids, the babies who were born early, right? 23 weeks. How important mom's voice is. The moms definitely they have to communicate with the babies, even though when they are in the stomach, they have to communicate. Um, and then the best position to sleep. We have to sleep on the side. I'm just summarizing. We have to sleep on our left side so we
like
can
lateral.
breathe. Yes. So we can
Yeah.
send the oxygen to the baby also reaches well, right, when we sleep on the left side. And then nausea was, when I was pregnant, this was my uh, biggest problem, the nausea. Throughout till 5 months, I used to throw up. And I was kept on the vomiting medication. Even that I used to throw up. Even the water I used to throw up. And ginger really helps, right?
Ginger
For
helps a
nausea.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Even
Ginger.
cardamom helps, ma. Even cardamom helps too.
Okay.
Cardamom, ilachi.
Ilachi. Okay, okay. And I don't know how to take care. I didn't had all this knowledge. I wish I had. I don't know how to take care of my emotions at that time because I was feeling all alone here. My mom and dad, they don't have passport to come. So I used to worry a lot, like who is going to take care of me? How am I going to handle
Right.
myself and baby without the support? All those thoughts. And
Mm,
before my pregnancy, I had a miscarriage. So that fear
mm,
was there always. How this baby is
right.
going to be. Every time I go to the hospital, the fear, fear, fear. So throughout pregnancy, I was having that fear. But luckily, I had good friends who told me, suggested me to watch spiritual movies. So throughout pregnancy, I watched only spiritual movies. That was the
Wow.
only best thing I did. But fear was always there, as you said. I don't know how to, control my emotions and all. To think positive,
Right.
everything is going to be good. I didn't had that knowledge. Always, I'm like, what is going to be, how it is going to be. That fear was there. So taking care of emotions is very important, friends. In every session, every master is suggesting all that, not just in pregnancy, throughout our life, as Shanjakaru
Yep.
said.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
everyone. And
Exactly.
listening to mantras, chanting mantras, how important it is. Those vibrations will help our baby, whichever mantra you want to chant. And thank you so much for that. And listening to classical music. Do not listen to fast beat music or anything. Listen to calm, soothing classical music, my dear friends. And Lalita Sahasranama wisdom is amazing, Shailja garu. I'm repeating the shlokas for everybody. It is the shloka from 98 to 108. 109, 98 to 109 friends. 475 to 534 namas. You have clearly explained how Amma is taking care of us in every chakra and every part of the baby when it was uh, developing, like the muscles, the bones, the blood, everywhere Amma is helping us. When we surrender to Amma, when we have that knowledge that we are protected by Mother, all these fears they can come out. As you said, Shanjekar, really beautifully explained. And what food to offer: gudannam, curd rice, paramannam, and then pulihora, the yellow rice. Offer them to the mother and take them, and that will help your baby. That will help you to have a healthy baby. And then about Murugan, I don't know. It's such a beautiful wisdom you shared, Shanjekar, about Murugan and everything. Thank you so much for such a wonderful, beautiful wisdom sharing session. And I'll
Can
try to
tell you
be better.
because I can tell you with my baby and with my second baby, my mom just used to say, "Do Murga Murga." And I never used to listen to her at that time. We think like we know everything. Never
Yes.
used to listen, and now, bless her soul, I'm a different person because of that. So Murga is Shiva Shakti and Shiva. Everybody, all are same, but Murga is the person to go for progeny for sure.
And yeah, my mom also used to say when I was, my health was not good after delivering two kids. Then she gave me Lalita Sahasranama book she bought and she said, read this, Amma will clear. I didn't listen. I'm like, now I'm learning through your session. So friends, Shailja Garu is conducting Lalita Sahasranama sessions every Saturday, 6 a.m. EST. Please do join. And
Can
thank you
run
so
that
much.
one, ma. That is beautiful video. I'm not promoting anybody, but that's a beautiful video, ma.
Yeah, yeah, sure, will play. Kavita Garu, you want to say anything?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Swayam, for organizing this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, because I set the connected to Bluetooth, but anyways. And thank you so much, Dr. Sailaja Garofma. Thank you, thank you. It's a very enriching. I'll just take 1 or 2 minutes. Today's session, it's both scientific as well as spiritual, and how you got connected with Lalita Sahasranama, with each that Namavali, as Swayam was also saying, and that has most valuable. And how when we chant now, we know how it is affecting, and it is very inspirational. And being a homeopathy doctor, and based upon the nature's law, the how the homeopathy remedies with the holistic approach for the because we consider both physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual thing, and in this process for all the conditions, prenatal care and during like any miscarriages, abortions, all of these are also had this one hypertension, gestational diabetes, and as hyperemesis gravidarum. So all those along with whatever we are doing and with this natural, really it helps many of the plants, and also the main thing is epigenetics, and that the miasmatic, the hereditary conditions all has also like considered. And it was really wonderful. And as Swayam was asking me that, would you like to Kaltagara, would you like? Then I said, I don't know how there are too much going on, but universe will connect me. And I'm so fortunate to have today's session because I haven't got chance to attend the other sessions, but this is really wonderful as I see Sitama, you doing this one as mm, just like Swayam gets connected with that. Because everywhere we have to see. And once again, thank you so much for sharing this wonderful knowledge and experience, Ma, Dr. Shali Karol. Thank you so much for this meaningful and enlightening session.
Thank you,
Thank
Kavita, ma.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Actually, it's nothing me. I'm just sharing whatever little I know. So, no, not at all. So, it all goes to Amma. Everything.
Yes,
Sarvam Ammarpanam.
Thank you so much, Kavita
thank
Garu, for
you.
beautiful words, and thank you, Shanji Garu. I'll play the video now. And Kavita Garu, we are recording the sessions. If you missed the sessions, please go and watch the
Please,
recordings. And thanks to Rashmi for uploading them to YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah,
please share the link
yeah,
once.
sure, sure,
Thank you,
sure.
Reshma.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, Amma.
yeah. I hope everyone can see the screen.
Yes.
Ma.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Are you able to hear?
Volume కొంచెం ఎక్కువ చేయమా.
Okay. Volume full ఉందండి. I think still increase.
Okay, maybe you can run.
Yeah.
கொதிப்போர்க்கு பத்து திங்கள் இன்பம் மலரும் பாலமுருகன்
All good, Andy? I'll play.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
பிறந்தம் நெஞ்சில் பதிப்போர்க்கு குழந்தை செல்வம் பலித்து நிம்மதி கை கூடும் நிமலர் அருள் கந்தன் கற்பரட்சா கவசம் தனை அமரசேனாதிபதியே உந்தன் சீர்பாதம் ஒன்றே நெஞ்சின் கூறி சிவனின் மைந்தனே சரவணபவன் அடியார்க்கு உதவும் அழகு வேலவா பன்மணி சதங்கை கீதம் பாரெங்கும் ஒலிக்க பக்தர் யாவரும் உனை கண்டு வியக்க வருக வருக வேலனே வருக ருக தருக தாய்மை வரும் தரு தஞ்சம் புகுந்தேன் தனிகை வேளா வருக வருக தாய்மையனும் மருமருந்தை தருக தருக.
Ma, volume is not very clear, ma.
What అండి ఏంటండి?
Volume is interrupting అవుతుంది. అందరికి అట్లాగే అవుతుందా? I don't know, but yeah, you can continue with it. No worries.
ஆயோ தாமதம் நீங்கிடமயில் ஏறி நின்றாயோ வருக வருக வடிவேலனே வருக தருக தருக வாழ்வில் இன்பம் தருக வருக வருக சக்தியின் மைந்த தருக தருக தருநலம் தருக தருவை காத்த கண்பனே வருக பன்னிருவிழியானே வருக வருக பத்து திங்கள் கருதாங்க வரம் தருக தருக சித்தம் கலங்காமல் காத்தருள் செய்திட வருக வருக செவ்வேலவனே தருக தருக என்னில் ஓர் உயிரை தருக வயிற்றினில் வளரும் சேக்கு வளம் தரும் வள்ளலே வருக வேல் கொண்டு வினை தீர்க்கும் வெற்றி வேலா வருக மயில் கொண்டு குலம் காக்கும் மங்களநாதா வருக என்னுள்ளே உயிர் கொண்ட சித்திரம் காக்க வருக வருக தந்திரம் நீக்கி தாய்மை காக்க வருக வருக கந்தனே வருக கருணை வேல் கொண்டு கருவை காக்க கதிர்வேலா வருக வருக கவலைகள் தீர்க்க தணிகை நாதா வருக வருக முதல் திங்கள் கருவான உயிரணுவை வடிவேல் காக்க வளர்க்கின்ற மூலத்தை வல்வேல் காக்க இரண்டாம் திங்கள் இதய துடிப்பை ஏழில் வேல் காக்க ஓடுகின்ற உதிரத்தை உமையாள் வேல் காக்க மூன்றாம் திங்கள் மூளையும் சிரசும் கதிர்வேல் காக்க முழுவதும் உருவாகும் அங்கங்கள் அனைத்தையும் அழகன் வேல் காக்க பிஞ்சு விரல்களை பெருமான் வேல் காக்க வளரும் தண்டுபடத்தை வைரவேல் காக்க நான்காம் திங்கள் நரம்புகள் அனைத்தும் ஞானவேல் காக்க நாசியும் செவிகளும் நாயகன் வேல் காக்க ஐந்தாம் திங்கள் ஐம்புலன் வளரன் அன்புவேல் காக்க செகின்ற சிசுவினை ஆறு முகன் கைவேல் காக்க ஆறாம் திங்கள் குழந்தையின் அறிவை சக்தி வேல் காக்க கேட்கும் திறனை குகந்தேல் காக்க ஏழாம் திங்கள் எழிலுருவம் முழுதும் செவ்வேல் காக்க எட்டாம் திங்கள் எங்கும் புரளும் சிசுவை எழில் வேல் காக்க முழு வளர்ச்சி தனை முத்தையம் வேல் காக்க ஒன்பதாம் திங்கள் உகந்த சிசு திரும்ப ஒப்பிலா வேல் காக்க பத்தாம் திங்கள் பாரினில் பறக்க பன்னிரு கைவேல் காக்க 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 தாயின் உடல் நலத்தை காக்க காக்க தாயின் மன நலத்தை கருப்பை தனை தந்தன் கைவேல் காக்க அவள் உண்ணும் உணவை செந்தில் வேல் காக்க உறக்கம் விழித்த அவள் உடலை பழனி வேல் காக்க கால்கள் கைகள் களைப்பின்றி இருந்திட சோலை மலை வேல் காக்க ஈரவர் கண்களும் திருஷ்டி அகலவும் தனிகை வேல் காக்க கற்பிணி காணும் கெட்ட கனவுகள் கலைய கதிர்வேல் காக்க பயமும் கலக்கமும் பறந்தோடவே பரமன் மகன் கைவேல் காக்க 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 இனிதாக இன்றெடுத்த காக்க பாயும் சேயும் நலமுடன் இருந்திடத்தனி பெரும் வேல் காக்க சுந்தர முருகனே சுபமாய் வருக ஆயுசேயும் நலம் பெற செய்க சரவண பவ வருக சக்தியை தருக சரணம் 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 கதம் சரணம் 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 சரணம்.
Thank you, Ms.
Very,
Swayam.
very
Thank you, everybody.
nice, Amma.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Thank
So
you.
blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Shanji garu and Kavita garu and everyone.
காமாட்சி வருவாய் கருணையா தினமும் காத்திடு அம்மா.
Friends, anyone has any questions or share anything, please go ahead.
Can I say one thing, Amma, before I forget that thing?
Yeah.
Because taking care of mother just doesn't stop after till the pregnancy and after the delivery. It actually starts more for after the pregnancy also, delivery also. You know, postpartum depression is very real. Mother will suddenly doesn't know what's happening and all. That's a completely different. We were only talking about pregnancy. This is a very real thing for all the mothers. So they need all the support at the time of the delivery, after the delivery. So it is a long run, and first 2 years support system is important. So having surrounded by the family members and good support system is important. I just want to address that postpartum depression.
Thank you, Shanji garu. Friends,
So true, Amma. That's true.
friends, anyone else wants to share anything? Okay, if no one has any questions, okay, we can call it a day. Thank you so much, Shanji garu, again one more time for coming and giving us your time and then sharing your wisdom. Thank you so much.
Same here, Ma. It's my blessing. So thank you. Thank you all.